Okay, so I guess it kind of all started with the blackface incidences that happened last semester, and I kind of noticed that when there were events as the aftermath, the only people that were going to these events were people who already knew about what was going on, people who really cared about the issues. And there were many people that didn't understand, who were speaking up negatively, or people who just kind of blew it off and didn't really feel like getting to know what was going on and why this is important. And I was also taking a class called Psychology of Prejudice, Stereotype, and Discrimination, and we learned about a study that basically showed that if you can show people that their peers, their school is more positive towards different groups than they believe it is, that their views will change to reflect that. So if they think that, if people think that Lehigh is very racist and we can show Lehigh students that we're not really racist, then, we would change those individuals that thought wrong would change their beliefs to reflect that. So that's kind of the idea that started this all.
And then we kind of started out by thinking we wanted to email a letter to the entire student body. So to develop the letter, we contacted individuals who were really vocal about the blackface incident, and to see kind of what they thought should be in the letter, and what we thought it should say. And so we got, how many people to it? Like about 20 individuals gave input on the letter. And we kind of decided it would be easier to do a pledge so that people could kind of use it as a model for themselves and follow it. So we've kind of been working on this since December, and it's finally done. It was emailed to all undergraduate and graduate students last Tuesday, and we also put it in the Round Wood, and so hopefully people see it and follow it.
Pretty much we just want to now open it up to anyone who wants to speak, kind of just open discussion on feelings raised by the letter or raised by the High Initiative, anything that you feel about what's going on right now in Lehigh campus. Any thoughts?
I think it's nice to see that for kind of the first time in my 4 years at Lehigh that a lot of initiatives are kind of being combined into one effort, which seems like a really good idea because a lot of people were kind of doing random things and nothing was really having that big of an impact if people were working.
I know one thing that was brought up a lot of times when Noel and I were contacting clubs and different organizations about the letter, they were saying, well, that's not enough. Like, it's not enough to just do one letter. But we just felt that we had to do something, and that there are so many groups doing something that everything kind of combined is what will actually make a real big difference.
Being my senior year, I really wish something would happen before. And people always say that Lehigh isn't diverse, but I have to really disagree with that. I think that it is diverse. I think that we all come from different backgrounds, and there's many different kinds of people who think different ways. And diversity doesn't just mean race or religion or place you come from. It's how you think. And so I'm really glad to see all these different organizations sign this letter, and I'm trying to get my drama society, the Mustard and Cheese, involved also, because nobody ever knows what we are. So I felt like this is a really good chance to get what we believe in, and like theater embraces diversity. So I'm supportive.
Personally was supportive of the letter because I feel like Lehigh does have some diverse things or people, whatever, but there's no space to explore that diversity. I feel like there's still a lot of intolerance that goes on this campus because nobody notices the diversity that is here, and that the strides that need to be made in order to move towards a more diverse, inclusive climate at this campus. So I feel like the letter definitely helps, but I don't want to take the stance as if the letter is the only thing. We need to sort of make sure that the diversity that everybody says is at Lehigh is actually what is being shown to be at Lehigh, especially to incoming students and to students who are already here. We need to figure out how to
thing to respect one another and, you know, be okay with that person being who they are, but it's another thing to go above that, to like celebrate that, to enjoy that. Like college is one of those times where you have the most like diverse community that you'll probably ever really be in. I mean, once you have a job, you're going to be with people only working towards that job. The kind of school when you have kids or something and you go to that school, like they go to that school, you're probably only going to know parents at that school and that community, stuff like that. And this is the time where you really get to meet people from all over, and I think that that's so cool, and we should take advantage of that to get to know people from like Las Vegas or Hawaii or New Jersey, whatever, but you know, anywhere, and not just where you're from, but who you are and